At some point, we've all asked the same question: why do some people seem to attract money effortlessly, while others work their whole lives and never reach financial freedom? Is it luck? Is it talent? Is it inheritance? Or is there something deeper, structural, psychological, maybe even intentional? The system isn't designed for everyone to win. And what's even more ironic is that most people defend that same system without realizing it. Studies show that by 2025, the richest 1% of the planet will control nearly half of the world's wealth. Oxfam, 2024. Meanwhile, the global middle class keeps shrinking, spending more, saving less, and drowning faster in debt. But here's the paradox: not all rich people were born rich. The real difference isn't where they started, it's how they think, how they act, and how they manage their relationship with money. Chapter 1: The Foundational Myths About Money from Childhood. We're programmed with money beliefs like, money doesn't bring happiness, you have to work hard to get ahead, money is dirty, the rich are greedy. But what if those phrases, repeated generation after generation, are actually a form of collective mental conditioning? Sociologist Barbara Ehrenreich, in her book Bright-Sided, argued that Western culture promotes a toxic positivity that blames individuals for not being rich, instead of questioning the system itself. In other words, the economy needs a middle class that consumes but doesn't question, a middle class that works, pays taxes, and keeps the machine running, without ever stopping to ask why prices rise faster than wages. As Henry Ford famously said, "It is well enough that people do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." Chapter 2: How the System Really Works. The rich don't play the same game, they are the ones who write the rules. The global financial system is designed to reward capital, not labor. Economist Thomas Piketty explained it clearly. The return on capital R tends to be greater than economic growth G. That means whoever owns assets, stocks, real estate, businesses, earns money faster than those who only sell their time. Example: the average worker saves 5% of their salary. An investor earns 10% annually on their portfolio. Over 30 years, the difference isn't double, it's exponential. That's the power of compound interest, the invisible force that widens the wealth gap. Albert Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Chapter 3: How the Rich Think. Abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. The middle class says, when I have money, I'll invest. The rich say, I'll invest to have money. The middle class fears losing. The rich fear not learning. Robert Kiyosaki taught that your mind is your greatest asset. If you train your financial mind, you can lose everything and rebuild it. If you don't, you can win the lottery and still end up broke. Fear of risk is learned. We come from generations where mistakes were punished, not studied. But in the world of money, mistakes are the only real teachers. Chapter 4: The Salary Trap and the Cycle of Consumption. A salary is the most addictive drug of the 21st century. It gives you short-term security but kills long-term freedom. The middle class lives trapped in a loop. 1. Earn money to raise lifestyle. 3. Increase expenses 4. Lose savings margin. 5. Borrow to maintain the lifestyle. 6. Work again to pay the debt. Result: permanent dependency on work. As entrepreneur Naval Ravikant says, if you don't learn to make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. The rich know this. That's why they build passive income streams, rentals, dividends, royalties, investments, automated businesses. Chapter 5: Banks and Credit, Allies or Enemies. Have you noticed that banks love both poor debtors and rich ones, but treat them completely differently? The middle class gets loans to consume, credit cards, cars, vacations. The rich get loans to invest, real estate, companies, bonds. Same credit, different outcome. Economist Michael Hudson from the University of Missouri explains, modern credit is a tool for transferring wealth. Those who use it to create assets win. Those who use it to consume become trapped, and the tax system makes it worse. If you're an employee, taxes come out first, and you live on what's left. If you're a business owner, you spend first, invest, deduct, and pay taxes last. The system rewards capital and punishes labor. Chapter 6: Education and Mental Programming. The industrial education system, built in the 19th century, wasn't designed to create thinkers. It was designed to produce obedient workers. John Taylor Gatto, a New York teacher turned whistleblower, exposed how schools train students to memorize without questioning, obey hierarchies, seek approval instead of independence. That's why nobody teaches how banks work, what inflation really is, how to invest, How to negotiate a salary. Meanwhile, the rich teach their kids about investment, risk psychology, networking, ownership. Jim Rohn said it best: formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. Chapter 7, The Psychology of Money and Mental Biases. Author Morgan Housel, in The Psychology of Money, showed that wealth isn't just about financial knowledge. It's about behavior. The rich think in decades, not days. The middle class reacts to the moment. Common mental traps. Herd effect. We buy what everyone buys. Availability bias. We remember success stories, not the failures. Present bias. We prefer instant pleasure to long-term security. Illusion of control. We believe this time will be different. But the key difference isn't emotional, it's disciplinary. The rich follow systems. The middle class follows impulses. Conclusion. Wealth as a consequence, not a goal. The rich aren't different because they have money. They have money because they are different. Different in how they think. Different in how they invest. Different in who they surround themselves with. Different in how they use time. Your financial freedom doesn't depend on the government, your boss, or the bank. It depends on what you do every day with what you have. Gamma Finanzu. You can't change the system overnight, but you can change the game you're playing. Warren Buffett paraphrased. Closing. If this video made you question something, then you've already taken the first step. Subscribe to Gamma Finanzu, because here we don't just talk about money, we talk about how to think differently. In a world that wants everyone to think the same.